7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Laja TV. I know most of you are going to be surprised to see me on the 1st of the month instead of the 15th of the month. But this time from June onwards, we thought we'll change it a little bit. We'll bring Laja TV on the 1st and let you know about everything that's happening in Laja in that particular month. So let me start off by introducing myself. I am Vandana Joshil. I am the Managing Director of Laja TV and the COO at Laja. Laja is India's first forum that gives women a space for development, self-development, and self-empowerment, because we believe that unless you work on your development, you cannot be empowered, you cannot grow, and you cannot reach for the skies as you wish to. So yes, Laja is a forum for self-development and empowerment. We have chapters across Mumbai, Delhi, Pune, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad. We are starting chapters in Surat and in a couple of other cities too. So stay tuned. We have a lot more things happening. We have a lot of things to share. We have a lot of things to talk about. Yes. This month, I'm hearing, okay, let me stop this. Yes. All right. So for those who have joined us now, Laja in June has a lot of things lined up. This month has many exciting things lined up. But first, let me shout out loud and announce that Laja is back with our Tattva 2022. And this time, we're going to be talking about something very special. As always, we always have something special. But this time, it is something relatable to you, to me, and to the millions of parents worldwide. Yes, the key here is parents, and we are focusing on, let's hold the suspense for some time, and let's move on to our guest for today. Our guest is a very special, a very beautiful, a very talented, and a very warm person. You'll know that as soon as you see her on screen. But before I bring her on screen, let me talk about her. We are having the wonderful Babita Jaishankar join us today. She's an entrepreneur, she's an image coach, she's a fashion designer, sustainable change agent. She's an energy healer and a TEDx speaker. She runs a social initiative called Style Me, Empower Me, where she works with rural youth on their employability skills for cancer and acid burn warriors on their image. She's the creative director of a sustainable clothing brand called Baja. I hope I got that right. She's the CEO and founder of WSOL Fashion. I don't know how to pronounce WSOL, so I'll ask her to do that. And she's also the CEO and founder of Image Makeovers Private Limited. She mentors entrepreneurs who are trying to build a brand and establish themselves. Babita does image sessions coaching for corporates and individuals. She believes in sustainable, healthy, and mindful living to have a wholesome image. So let me get Babita on screen now. Yes, Babita, let's have you on screen.
Hi.
Hi.
Am I visible?
You're visible, you're audible, and your smile is lighting up this space like never before. Thank you so much for joining us, Babita.
I'm super happy and super thrilled to be here, and to share this platform. Yes, it's a wonderful experience.
We have been following Babita on her Facebook. At least I've been doing that on her Facebook posts, her Insta posts, and I see so many simple, doable tricks and tips that she's been sharing with us. Her styling is beautiful, whether she's wearing Western, whether she's wearing Indian. She has this lovely blend. And what I love most about her work is that she, when she talks about sustainability, she actually means it. Reusing your available, all the things that's available in your wardrobe, not really going in and buying new stuff, reusing what's there. She pays homage to traditional weaves and to, our roots and our tradition. And I think that is amazing. So let me start off, Babita, by asking you what you mean by sustainable change agent.
So I was I was doing a course on sustainability. And then my whole wardrobe, or to, start with anybody's wardrobe. So the first thing, people are very worried that, am I going to discard their wardrobe? So I just wanted to, keep on reminding that sustainability is a big thing for me. So not, I'm not going to planning to discard their wardrobe completely. So let us build on something which is there in the wardrobe. And also sometimes wardrobe, somebody's wardrobe gives me a insight of who they are, about, them as a person, even about their emotional attachments to different things. Just by looking at a wardrobe, you get a lot more to know about a person. So I first deal with the wardrobe and then move on to something else. So sustainability, became a very major thing in my whole aspect of image coaching. And that became, and then I got myself, certified as a change agent. So yeah, so I'm a sustainable change agent.
Oh, that's interesting to know that you get certifications for this
Yes.
change agent. This is something new, and I think we should talk a little bit more about that
Sure.
when we get time for that. So tell me, when somebody approaches you for their styling, and what is it? Does the profession dictate the way they should, what they should wear, or does the personality dictate the kind of clothing somebody should wear, or is it just comfort? What is it that you would talk about?
So there are three factors, like how you said, the profession, yes, because there are some rules and regulations when a certain profession will put it up, right? Because they will have business casuals or business formals. They would put up something. Then yes, your personality, and yes, the another major factor which works also is what is inner you, saying about all this. How do you express yourself in all this? Not just to impress others, but how do you express yourself? So there are three factors which needs to be combined when a person is styled. So yes, it is little complicated, but yeah, the three factors have to be combined.
That's amazing. Now, a lot of students who come out of these schools are, there's this thing of looking down upon Indian wear. You have these kids coming out of these schools who are like in crisp formals and, wearing shirts and trousers and things like that. And you have a set of people, especially who come from rural India, who are still not really comfortable wearing these shirts tucked into their pants. And these kids are also those ones who get into corporate India, who go abroad. I mean, we have so many children from IT going abroad. It gets difficult to adjust to that kind of a setting because of your limitations in your mind, your mental limitations, that I'm not going to be looking good in so and so. How do you tackle that? And is there like is there nothing called as Indian formal?
So, see, that mindset changed when I went out of India. I'm sorry to say, I had to go out of India to understand how beautiful our skin tone is. To know that, how many colors our skin tone can take. And nobody else can take. So I worked with the most fairest of people and most darkest of people, and we come somewhere in the between. And the colors we take is amazing. So when we talk about Western formals, the only issue that sometimes I face is they are mostly grays, blues, and whites and blacks, and
Yes.
that can take so many colors. So I just keep on telling people, have an essence of who you are. Indianness is your roots. It's there in you. So keep something in your outfit which is very Indian. You don't have to completely come up in brocades and silks and colorful things, but it can be a scarf which can be added, or it can be an inner for a gray suit which adds on that color. Something that shows who you are, what you are from, or where are you from. And that becomes a conversational piece in anything that you are doing. So I feel it's good to touch your roots, even what you're wearing. So
Wow, that's amazing. You don't have to go absolutely Bridgerton type. You don't
exactly.
have to go absolutely the extent, but yeah,
You can balance
finding
it out.
finding a common ground is very, very important.
Yes.
Now, tell me about your thing of, talking about traditional weaves. You promote that a lot in your posts and your videos. Where do you see our traditional weaves finding a place for themselves? Right now, traditional weaves are either too expensive for the elite, or most of us don't even know the value of a traditional weave. So how important is it to get it out there, and how do we all pitch in to bring out the beauty of that traditional weave?
So it can be, just go maybe look at your mom's wardrobe, your grandma's wardrobe. Most of the time, you'll find these weaves. If you're lucky enough, you will find those weaves. And sometimes it's torn, maybe torn. You can have a patch of that and then do something. So what I'm wearing today is all the patches from my mom's and my grandma's saris, which I have just made it into maybe a jacket.
Wow.
So it can be, so traditional weaves, I feel we have not understood enough, we have not explored it enough, because nobody has told us, shown us the how these weaves are different. So traditional weaves also means they don't have to be silks. It can be as normal as cotton weaves, right? So it can be, you start with cotton, so you don't have to explore the most expensive weaves out there, or patolas or banarsis. You can start with the khadis or the cottons, right? So start where you can start. What is your budget? And start with that. And there are enough places that you can go and explore and see what you can do with those weaves. Sometimes, maybe you can even stitch a Western suit with a traditional, weave. So yeah, just explore.
Wow, explore is the word, and I think that is something that we need to keep remembering. Now, I said I couldn't pronounce your WSOL. How do you pronounce it?
So it is W Soul. So what happened was, when I was pitching in my business plan, it was wardrobe solutions. So wardrobe solutions, and I was writing it down. So you can imagine, every time that word comes, it became, too big of an issue to write wardrobe solutions. So I made it short at that point of time. It's W Soul. Somewhere it was soul, somewhere W, the women, the wardrobe, everything worked out very well. So,
Wow.
so from there on, it became W Soul.
W Soul. Oh, that's interesting. Something as simple as getting too tired of writing the entire thing and cutting it
Yeah.
short. Wow, that's simple. Now you're doing this amazing social initiative, the social initiative that you run. That's an amazing work that you're doing. Tell us a little bit more about Style Me, Empower Me, and what drew you to start something like this.
So I've been working with, cancer survivors or acid burn victims. And then there was this student who had finished her nursing degree, a master's in nursing degree, but she couldn't land up on a job interview because of the way she was presenting herself. And she came to me. She said, I come from a family where mom is a house help. She cannot be guiding me to groom myself, right? So can you just do this for me, because this depends, my first paycheck depends on it. So that's when I saw that image is not about looking glamorous. Image is also how you feel about yourself, how confident you feel and you look, and the perception that you create for yourself. So that's when my viewpoint about, where I can impact most was where the confidence levels were completely low. And working with cancer survivors is then when I realized how much we, build attachments to different things, our hair color, our skin color, our clothes. And it is just the confidence, the inner confidence that matters the most. But it may start with the clothes or the skin or the hair. So the next day I went and shaved my head, and I stayed bald for almost a year to
Wow.
realize, am I attached to my own hair? Because am I not being true to everyone when I tell, don't get attached to, your hair or hair color or skin and, clothes and everything. So it
Wow.
felt very vague. So I just thought I'll just, shave off my head to experience what am I saying? Is that true for myself? And then I kept it gray, just to know that, fashion or being fashionable has nothing to do with the color of the hair. You can go completely gray and still feel, and it doesn't have to be boring. You're not planning to die the next day. The life is still there,
Absolutely.
just because you have gone gray doesn't mean that life stops there. So that was something which, that was where I started with working with every part of the society where the confidence were really, really low. And that's where it all started.
Wow, that's amazing. For those of you who don't know much about Babita, she has, like she said, she's gone completely bald. She also cuts her own hair, and she's
Yeah.
actually done live tutorials to show people how she cuts her hair. And the first time you see it, you're appalled because you're wondering how can she do this to herself. But then the end result, you see how confident she is. You see that smile on her face, and you think, yeah, this is possible. And like she said, living with the grace, I think this is something that most of us, have a big issue with, whether, to get our hair colored. At the first sign of gray, you want to color your hair, and the more you do that, the more it's like, it's like an addiction that most of us have, because one gray hair and then suddenly
You're
we are in
so
this panic
worried.
mode. Yeah, it's not just us, it's our families too, who,
Yeah.
get behind you and say, what is this, there's gray hair, are you old, and all of
It's
that stuff.
not, yeah. So it's not about, I'm not saying that all of us have to go gray, but
Absolutely.
going gray should not be an issue. So I help people to color their hair. What color suits them, I help them, because my point is not to make or fix on a point. My point is to just feel that happiness. Everybody has a right to feel happiness. It can be their colored hair, it can be their branded clothes, anything that makes them happy. So no
Absolutely.
judgment, no
No
nothing.
judgment. I think that is what is very, very important. That word, no judgment, it is so important. We have a live audience, and there are quite a few responses. There's Priya Shah who says, yes, we Indians can carry all sorts of outfits. So yes. Dr. Anita Sharma is saying, again, wow, so W Soul, that's a very interesting. She also says it's really important, especially in cancer survivors, as I'm being with them more so now. I would love to know more about it. So maybe, yes, Dr. Anita, maybe I can connect you with Babita later on, and you can take this offline, and you can see Babita is a warm person who's willing to talk. So please do connect with her. I will give you her contact so you can connect with her. The next question that I have is, when you're talking about cancer survivors, when you're talking about people from, with disabilities or whatever, how do you deal with the plunging confidence levels?
Yeah. So the first thing, to anyone, it's not just about people dealing with disabilities. It is a very common factor in all of us. We do, it can be, one rejection at the job. It can be the family said something. It can be as small as the kid said something, anything. And that can just, like how you said, one gray hair. So it can be any of those, which I feel or you feel may be the smallest thing, but it is not the smallest thing. The COVID also had taken a lot of toll on that. Being alone, not able to meet people, yes, they have gone into that, mode of depression. So the first thing I ask anyone and everyone is to work on their self-care. If you don't have vessel full, how are you going to serve others? So that vessel has to be full, and that can happen only and only with self-care. So some activity that I work with everyone is to spend some time with yourself. And that is also very important to know even your dressing style. So connecting with yourself would be the first thing I would ask anyone to do that. Also to be also to acknowledge the emotions that you're going through. So it's not that, okay, you're trying to push away on all that you're feeling and try to be happy. No, you acknowledge what you're feeling, and then but also say at the end of the day, after going through all this, I still cared for myself. So that would be something which is absolutely important for women, because we give time to everyone else and the last priority is for ourselves, because we
Absolutely.
got taught that you have to be giving time to others. Spending time on yourself, you would be selfish. But I would say spend time on yourself, because then you are on a much capable, you're in a very good platform to give it to others too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Self-care is something that we also at Laja keep enforcing and keep telling our women that, like you said, if your vessel itself is empty, how can you give others? So you have to, I believe you should have more, you should be overflowing with, that self-love. Only then can you love the others. So important. Coming back to the styling part, I've also noticed that you have this wonderful way of showing people how to accessorize. We come from an Indian mindset where if there's a wedding, we have to bring out the entire treasury in our house to show the part and be the part, look the part. And you have wonderfully described and explained in all your videos how to accessorize, how to be minimalistic and yet be glamorous. So share some, say, 5 tips with women with regards to accessorizing.
So accessorizing started because I talk a lot on sustainability. So my first thing, when you talk about a sustainable wardrobe, it also means that how one outfit can be worn again and again. Because if I am going to ask a lady, especially that, okay, wear this again and again, but the look has to be the same, the lady is going to say no, because she will get completely bored out of it. So accessories became the easiest thing for me to change that look into a completely something different. So you take a stole or you take a jacket over it, and the dress is completely changed. You take a necklace over it, or you just add an earring, then the look is completely different. You can also take maybe a very very simple outfit or a simple sari to maybe a corporate meeting by downsizing all the accessories and upsizing all the accessories to a wedding. So you can play with accessories, and became so important thing when I have to deal with the same wardrobe again and again.
Again and again.
So accessories became the important thing.
Yes, and the wonderful thing about Babita is she'll teach you how to, like, she talks about sustainability. I've seen a video of hers where she's lost one of her earrings, so there's only one left of the pair, and she uses that as a nose ring. And I mean, I've been implementing that. I've been doing that so very often, and it's so amazing. You don't really need to discard a priced piece of jewelry just because you've lost its pair. You can still do something with it. Waistbands can be used as necklaces, like headbands. I think you guys have to visit, you ladies have to visit her videos to see what she's talking about, and very very simple, very very doable advice she gives us. So yes, Babita, now since we are talking about Laja, there are a couple of things at Laja which I would want to share when you are here with us. So like I was saying, we have announced Tatva 2022. Tatva is an annual conclave that we at Laja have, and the focus every time is on some topic which is somewhere tied to a woman's life. So we have spoken about empowerment. So we had startups, knowing how women knowing how to set up their own businesses. We've had them mentored, so they were able to successfully launch their businesses. We have spoken about mental, physical health. We've spoken about health issues which impact women mostly, cancer and cervical cancer, breast cancer. What happens is many times women are the caretakers of the family. So when it's your own health, you really tend to ignore it till it's like it's water under the bridge or over the bridge, or when it comes to that kind of a stage. But even when you are a caretaker, you tend to look after the ailing person without really thinking about your own mental health. It's not easy looking after a patient day in and day out without really having a space to vent. So we've discussed all of these topics, and this time, Tattva 2022, this year's theme is called Ashray, and it focuses on from conception to teenage, and it's designed specially for those individuals planning to become parents, on the verge of having babies, or parents with years of experience, because there is no rule book or there is no guide to say this is the way you become a parent or this is the parenting style. Everybody has their own style, but there are so many things we can learn from each other. So we'll touch upon all aspects of parenting right from conception. So we'll be talking about Garbha Sanskar, health and nutrition, adoption, IVF, things which are like on the radar nowadays, even surrogacy. You know, it's become very popular, very A-listers kind of a thing. People need to know about that. We'll be talking about mental health and wellness in children, psychological health, and new age parenting, and so much more. This is the dates will is November 26th. So there's a lot to look forward to. The entire team at Laja is working really hard to design an event, a celebration of parenting, parenthood, whether you're a single parent, whether you are same-sex parents, whether you are grandparents looking after your grandchildren because the parents are busy in their own world. So yes, there is a lot to do there. In addition, for this month in June, we have so many things lined up. We have a very unique segment called Soul Circle, which is held on the first Sunday of the month. And this is Soul Circle is like Dil Se Dil Ki Baat, you know. We give women a non-judgmental space where anybody who is joined in on that day can talk about anything and everything under the sun, anything that's burdening them, that's, you know, pulling down their shoulders, making them really miserable for that day, or making them really happy, or bringing back memories. So we give them that space to talk about it. And this time we're talking about our summer vacations where we spend at our grandparents' place, you know, nani ka garam garam hathon ke garam garam khana and roti and mangoes and all of that. We have something called as Chai Pe Charcha, which will be happening on the 15th of June. And I think anybody who's interested should be looking up our website. We have so much more in our newsletters. So please, all of you look at that. Yes. And a special segment at Laja is the Laja Growth Platform, where we exclusively look at the development of all our women here. And under this, we have, for a minimum fees, you enjoy unlimited learning, master classes, promotions, discounts on events, support groups, and more. And today we will be spotlighting one of our Laja Growth Platform members. She is Chaitali Kamar. She's a healthy lifestyle counselor, and the founder of NutriRoots. She helps people, especially working professionals, as well as homemakers and women undergoing menopause, boost up their confidence by helping them to lose their weight by good diet and fitness activities. And she helps them enhance their look by image makeover, which is why she's here today, because I wanted her to be talking to Babita and Babita to be guiding her and, you know, helping her out. Chaitali has an experience of 5+ years and has helped many women change their lifestyles from unhealthy to healthy. She's personally studied and implemented all the nutrition, fitness, and social and the image sciences on herself before she has gone ahead and spoken to women about it. And she believes in the 3F blueprint, which is fit, fine, and fabulous. So let's get Chaitali. Chaitali, can we have your video on?
Yes. I'm not able to because notification is coming.
Okay, here you get the notification. Yes.
Okay.
So Chaitali, glad to have you here with us. And as a Laja Growth Platform member, I'm sure you've benefited a lot. But let's leave that aside and let us have you ask Babita a question, because that's what you're here for.
Yeah. First of all, I will like to thank to Riddhi ji, Laja Platform, Vanna ji, and Babita ji for sharing this amazing platform with you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Generally, my should I introduce related to my work also somewhere?
You can quickly.
Yeah. Because my niche is menopause woman, और मैं उनका confidence build up करती हूँ related to diet, fitness activities, और उनका dress up में अच्छी तरह से, जैसे कि बबीता जी ने बोला कि I am also certified image consultant, so मैं उनका image के लिए भी बहुत सारे और and I generally give Indian attire through them to look their power, to make them more powerful, and I work on Indian attire only because every woman is not very much comfortable to wear suits और ये सारी चीजें. So I work on them. I give them some ऐसे hacks और tricks I will give के वो अपने रूटीन में ही अपने अटायर को अपग्रेड कर सकती है और कॉन्फिडेंस हो सकती है.
Awesome.
So this is my work.
So yes, Chaitali, any question to Babita?
Yeah, I want to ask that Babita ji, as I saw कि आप बहुत सारा इमेज का आपको बहुत डीपली नॉलेज है और आप बहुत अच्छी तरह से इम्प्लीमेंट करते हो, जैसे कि रूरल में भी आप बहुत अच्छी तरह से एक्सप्लोर करते हो. तो आई वांट टू वर्क मोर एंड मोर वुमन. तो हाउ शुड आई रीच रिलेटेड टू दैट कि किस तरह से मैं बहुत सारी वुमन को अपने ये सारे प्लेटफॉर्म पे ले सकती हूँ.
So the first thing would be कि आप you have to be an example, you know.
Yeah.
So one thing which like how Vandana was also saying कि जब मैं sustainability के बारे में बात कर रही हूँ, even without me talking, you will still know that I do a lot of sustainable things. So ये है कि आपको किसी और से भी बताने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप काम करो और at least logo ko batao and be an example. So when you are talking about Indian attire or you work on Indian attire, so you also show that, okay, how or what you are working on them, you know.
Yeah.
So that way it's all about how people connect with you. It is all about, see, image is a very, very personal thing to people, and it is. So I give them space कि आज connect हो, अगर मुझसे आप connect हो रहे हो तो जरूर मिलिए and we will, you know, take this forward. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि ये connection ठीक नहीं बैठ रहा है, तो you go and explore some other image consultants, and then if you feel, ऐसे भी लोग आए हैं जो 2 साल बाद फिर से आए हैं,
Yeah.
because हर एक का timing भी होता है. तो I feel you have to keep doing जो आप करते आ रहे हो regularly. चाहे आज आए लोग नहीं आए, but you have to be out there to show it to people कि it is working for you, and then people will follow you. People are just going to watch you for something.
Yeah,
they will watch
very
you.
true.
Yeah, see, वो ये देखना चाहेंगे कि आप जब एक डिप में जा रहे हो तो आप अपने आप को कैसे मैनेज कर रहे हैं. तो अगर वो डिप आप अपने आप को मैनेज कर पाते हैं, तो then people are going to follow you, and it's going to be wonderful, you know. So stay and do and keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
This is so wonderful. Actually, I'm reminded of something somebody told me. Consistency. So you keep consistently doing what you are doing, what you aim to send out, the kind of message that you want the world to know. So you keep at it consistently. Don't forget about it. Don't drop it. If it's not working today, it's going to work tomorrow. But just keep doing it, and it's going to work someday or the other. So wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Chaitali. That was a wonderful question that you asked, and I'm so glad that you asked that. And yeah, Babita, before we end, let's have some word of advice for our women. There are so many who are watching us. There are so many who have, like you said, image is very personal. The way you look, the way you carry yourself is very personal. And what works for somebody might not work for you. But despite all of that, there are so many women out there who are not really comfortable coming out because they're second guessing their own choices. So what would you say to all of these women, and how should they break that barrier of, which is stopping them from getting confident and going out there and achieving what they need to?
So the first thing is, again, have some routines for yourself. Some routines. And routine, why did I say routine, is because har din karte rahoge. So you make a routine or make a plan, and the next thing would be to have something which is called a time management, because otherwise everyone around you takes up your time and you absolutely don't have time. So when you do the time management, you will also know that everyone around you is also becoming independent. Like, you don't have to take your clothes to kids and then make them wear. No, they can, you maybe first time you'll have to watch them that they are able to wear it. Second time you can sit in another room and let them wear it and let them come back and show to you. So there are things that you can be doing to make others independent too. So don't take up everybody's job and then at the end of the day get frustrated. So please let people be independent so you have time for yourself. And the self-care is one thing which I've been talking about. Another thing would be some activity of fitness, because fitness is one thing which can really, really make you feel that your body is worth it, or you are worth it, because you have taken so much of effort, you have run for 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers, or you're done some jumping jacks, or Surya Namaskar, so that you have taken that much effort because you are worth it. So make some activity, some fitness activity. So these are first thing that you should be doing. And whatever clothes you have in your cupboard, keep it. One thing which I say is clothes also carries energies. So what you give them, you get them back. Give them love, show them some love. The way you fold it, the way you keep it, the way you iron it, the way you wash them, and after you remove it, how you put it again for wash. So don't put it back in the cupboard. I have seen a lot of wardrobes, and these are the common mistakes that people make. So whatever you have, try to keep it clean. Get up in the morning, by 10:30, finish your major work, at least if you're a stay-at-home mom, and then dress up, and then plan for something that you want for yourself. At least half an hour, 1 hour, and then maybe go back to your routines, right? So I feel give and then get would be my
Wow.
first thing.
Wow, this was wonderful. This is a wonderful conversation. So glad to be with two image consultants here, who have so much to share. And nobody's chota bada over here. We've all worked our way up. We've all worked really hard to be where we are. We only learn from the others. And if possible, if whatever we talk about, if that teaches somebody something, I think we've achieved what we need to. So thank you, Babita, so much. I'm so glad you accepted our invitation. And I'm so happy to see the smiling face on my screen here, because I've been following you. I've been following your work. And I believe anybody who is into, wanting to present yourself better, you must watch her videos. You must connect with people who can, like we talk about how when there's an ailment, you go to a doctor. Similarly, when you want to be presentable, you want to make an impression, you want to make an impact, I think you should go to a professional. So we have people like Chetali here, we have people like Babita here. I think you should take their services. I think you should make the best of what they know, their expertise, their knowledge. With that, thank you so much, Babita. Thank you so much, Chetali,
So
for
much,
gracing my
Vandana.
Laja
Thank
TV.
you.
And yes, and for all of you who is still wanting to know more about Laja and what we do, please subscribe to our newsletter or connect with us. We'll send you all the details. There's so much that we do at Laja. And yes, come back, join us again on July 1st with another guest, with another learning, and with some more memorable conversations like this. Thank you so much, Babita. Thank you, Chetali.
And
And
all
thank
the
you to
best,
all of
Laja.
you who are watching us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
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 Bye, Babita.